So there's confirmation, Lee Chong-wei into the quarter-final once more, but will it be last year's beaten finalist, Tian Hao-wei, the left-hander, or Pranoy from India? They're on court at the moment, incidentally. Well, as far as our next match is concerned, it's men's doubles, and then after that we'll have a second women's singles featuring the former world champion Ratchanok Intanon, and then mixed doubles will finish the afternoon session. So as far as the men's doubles is concerned, well, this is the top half of the draw, and you can see that the qualifiers, Liu Cheng and Jiang Nan. Jiang Nan is the Olympic champion, but with a new partner, so he's had to qualify, and they're already through to the quarter-final. So the winner of this match knows who their opponents tomorrow will be. Now here's more players fresh from success at the German Grand Prix Gold last week in Mulheim. Left and right-handed combination of Kim Astrup and Anders Rasmussen. Against the number 3 seeds, Takeshi, Kamura and Keigo Sonoda. So as far as the Japanese pair are concerned, it's Kamura is the man who always wears those stockings on his leg, those compression stockings. And he, Takeshi Kamura, turned 27 last month, born in Saga, which is northwest Kyushu, the island of Kyushu, which is the southernmost island of the 4 main islands in Japan. They're currently number 2 in the world ranking. They're enjoying their 4th week in total at a career high of number 2. His partner, Keigo Sonoda, born in Yatsushiro City in Kumamoto Prefecture. Well, 2 years ago they were quarter-finalists, Japanese pair. This year, well, they're highly ranked, and that's because they were in 3 Super Series tournament finals last year. Very convincing first round match against Cheng Hongling and Wang Qilin. 2 straight games, just over 34 minutes for that one. So to the left and right-handed combination, and there we are. We're looking at Skaarup Rasmussen, a 28-year-old, turned 28 last month, and he has just become a father last month. Baby daughter, you were telling me, Steen.
Actually, a son.
A son.
A son. Mads Conrad has a daughter.
Ah, that's
1 year old.
it. Yeah. Well, they have gone up 2 places in the world ranking, the Danish combination, after their victory last week at the German Grand Prix Gold, where they beat their teammates Mads Conrad, who we've just been mentioning, and Mads Carling. And they had a much harder match in their first round, the Danes. So they went the full distance against the winners of the Macau Grand Prix Gold at the end of last year. Li Jinghui and Li Yang, 3 games needed there. Well, this will be the 5th meeting between these 2 pairs. The last time they met was in the quarter-final of the Thomas Cup finals in Huangshan in Jiangsu province. And that, of course, was last year. And it was 2 straight games to Kamura and Sonoda. In fact, that was the 4th match. It levelled it out, that quarter-final, at 2 matches apiece. Best of 5 matches, of course. So it was all very thrilling stuff. As we look at, first of all, Christoph Oswald of Germany, and Mike Wright from England is the service judge for this match. And of course, this Danish men's doubles pair were vital in Denmark's Thomas Cup victory. First time they've lifted the World Team Championships for men, which is what the Thomas Cup is. And in fact, Steen, you were telling me that it's the first time Denmark has ever been team champions in any sport. Is that right?
Takeshi, Kamura,
yeah.
Keigo, Sonoda.
What about
Japan?
handball, women?
Women's handball have won the World Team Championship.
But for men,
men's team, yeah. We have it in speedway, but that's sort of by use of mechanical aid.
Yeah. Great achievement.
The master of the serve to Takeshi Kamura. La ball. Play.
So the unseeded Danes. And I guess
Service over. One.
well, both the Danes, well, they've both celebrated a birthday recently in Astrup, actually 3 days ago. 25. And his partner, 20 last month. But I'm really looking forward to this match, I have to say. I think this is going to be fascinating because the Danes were full of confidence. They were telling you, Steen, that they regard their victory last week at the German Grand Prix Gold as their best ever result in international individual competition, of course.
Yeah, this is a strong men's doubles field in Germany. Amongst others, their opponents today, Sonoda and Kamura, they were the top seeds.
He's gone off the racket.
I mean, it's won the rally.
Yeah. Well, what a miss by Kamura.
It was like Kamura was trying to shoot him in the run. Look at this now.
Yeah.
Here it comes. There, I'm going to get him. No.
Yeah, this is all together.
Yeah. Yeah, Kamura and Sonoda, they were the top seeds in Germany, but lost to young Danish pair of Mathias Christiansen and David Dalgaard in the first round. That was quite a big surprise at that time of the tournament.
Yeah. Especially when you consider that the Japanese pair finished last year's Super Series ranked number one on the Super Series standings, which only takes into account the 12 Super Series events.
4-1.
Longest run of the day so far. Yeah. Excellent play from both pairs. The Japanese coach, Orioni Maneki, getting very animated at the end of that.
Yeah.
72 shots, my goodness me. That's very, very unusual for men's doubles.
I know that Anders and Kim, they've been prioritizing bettering their defense over the last year or so, and I think they've succeeded. Also, Kamura and Sonoda are not the hardest of smashes, or perhaps the smash is really hard, but they're not that angled, so the Danish defense might be able to hold up here. The worrying thing for the Danes is, in my opinion, the speed of movement. The two Japanese players so incredibly fast.
Yeah.
3-5.
Well, I actually thought the Japanese players, and Kamura specifically, took a shuttle that was going out. This one.
Yeah.
Error.
6-3.
Astrup.
And he actually, the Danes, they feel they serve really well because in Germany, when they had the chance to elect either the side they wanted to start the final on or to serve, they elected to serve, and I was a bit puzzled because I really see the significance as you can score both with or without the service. They said that they feel that they play the best when they serve themselves. They are really, really strong in the service situation, so that's just confidence.
Service over. 7-4.
Oh, great flick serve. Oh my goodness, look how the shuttle's got stuck in the racket.
Yeah.
It's got stuck in the racket. Look at that. Well, he's saying to the service judge he thought it was a fault serve. But because he was late, he mistimed the shot, hit the top of the strings there and broke them. That was a great serve, wasn't it? You don't often see that,
No.
do you?
Service over. 5-8. Service over. 9-5.
That's a good shot.
Oh, yes. You were talking, I know, last year, Steen, and you're very impressed with the racket skills and the touch at the net from Kim Astrup. Reminds you of a former All-England men's doubles champion.
Yeah, there's some of the skills that are reminding me a lot about Lars Paske. Got that great vision and read of the great game and the ability to switch between playing fast-paced shots and soft-paced in the same rally, which I think is so valuable, and I think they really need it here, the Danes, because they can't win if they sort of go into this kind of dogfight with the Japanese in the flat game. That's impossible.
Yeah. He's a very fidgety player, is Keigo Sonoda. Skips about on the spot, never seems to stand still.
done very well in the service situation. The two Japanese players, in my opinion, been able to reach the services high and make the Danes play from below the tape on the third shot. Oh, that was long.
Oh, indecision from Takeshi Kamura. Yeah, turns to his coach and just says, yeah, was it going out? Well, I think it was probably going in, but just the hesitation, I think he was looking to go forward. Yeah, the long stockings that Kamura wears have become very trendy with some of the players nowadays. Oh, it's gone wide. And I know that Kamura studied sports medicine at university, and there's definitely a scientific reason behind the compression stockings. Oof. Yeah. There we are.
Yeah, it's hardly for the looks.
No, it's definitely not for the looks. That's the problem that you were alluding to earlier, Steen. Whilst the defence may have improved considerably with the Danish combination, they're not going to win by defending.
まあ今ね、今自分うまくいくもうさ回りの自分落とすでも今球後ろチャンスね。この後ろあとちょっと自分のいつものレースある25である。25はちょっとまだ25まだ1、2、3、4だけでしょ。そこサスポーツの急がねちょっとジャンプキープしてかけてもうちょっとこれね。今メスコッチね。
Så bliver vi sgu nødt til at gå helt efter. Det der med at stå og slå hårdt midtvejs, det kan vi ikke. Det her, det tager meget længere tid, når vi har den løftet ned bagfra. Det er ved at variere, det er højt drop, det er stikket, det er det lige godt. Vi kan ikke komme forbi os der. Og det går rigtig, rigtig godt. Det er bare hårdt arbejde.
Er det med at få løftet? Altså tilkæmpe sig det?
Ja, man får lige svøbt den, der får vi løftet på. Ja. Når vi får bredde på, så kommer vi ind. Kamura, han er blød derinde. Ja. Ram ham. Ja.
Jakob Høj, the Danish coach, of course he was formerly coaching in England.
Yeah, in Germany.
And then Germany before that, yes, you're right. Now, what words of wisdom did Jakob give his players?
It was going to be tough. They had to be patient and had to be ready to work a long time for the victory here. They had to play with great variation in their attack, and felt that they could do that better. You cannot just smash power smashes and expect to penetrate the Japanese defense. That's not going to happen. Skaarup felt that they had a little bit of trouble getting that lift, the first lift, so they talked about flicking a little bit more and use the whole court in his width. And I think there, not there, but yeah, that's it. The cross smashes, exactly what we're talking about here. It's much more difficult to defend the cross smashes, in my opinion, than the straight smashes. So I would try to mix the attack up with some cross smashes, especially since they're left-handed, right-handed combination.
Yeah. Oh, that was a softer one. Yeah. The interception played back cross-court again. Yeah.
And 2 times the attack and 2 times the Danes got the point. So important start for them here in the second part of first game.
So 12-11. 13-11.
Fantastic service.
Yeah.
Defense.
12-13.
Forward there.
14-12. Service over. 13-14.
Nice service situation from the Danes there. Below the tape, ready with the racket, and then cross court.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's the flick that the coach was talking about.
Yeah, and I think also it's good to flick to Kamura, because then you get Sonoda at the net, and he's definitely the more vulnerable part of the two Japanese players, in my opinion. He's very, very good as a backcourt player and so energetic. We see he can't stand still, so of course he's energetic, but able to maintain the attack for a long, long time on the backcourt. Not that creative.
Oh, it's just wide.
Service over. 15-14.
Another swing on.
15.
And very, very interesting situation here, because the Danes, they lifted, so the shuttle almost had snow on it when it came down, because it's so high, that lift, and it makes it much, much harder to get a good hit on here in this hole. The timing is difficult.
So we're level once again. Yeah, hesitation there from Rasmussen.
70-50.
But a very good men's doubles match where the service situation, of course, is important, but it's not all service situations. So that's really nice, in my opinion.
Service fault called, struck above the waist.
70.
Says Mike Wright. You in agreement with that, Steen?
Yeah, we can see the left arm goes up here, but that's pretty much standard for all the players, I think.
Yeah.
There's the flick again. It's very, very efficient against Kamura.
Yeah.
70 all.
Kim klar på kroppen, 30,5 skridt baglæns, Kim. Skal vi styre den her? Han er alene deroppe lige nu, vi drejer ham.
What was that?
Oh, yeah, couldn't see it.
Oh, that's nice defence. Good judgment too.
80-70.
And the first time in this opening game that the Danes go into the lead. And it's at the crucial stage too.
Nice flick again. Fantastic save by Astrup.
Oh, great shot. Don't believe it. Oh, brilliant. Serrani. How many dives was that? How many saves? Well, in the end, to no avail. What a rally for. And 30 shots as well.
It was a little bit funny looking at Anders Rasmussen when he finally got up from the floor. He looked like he needed a GPS to figure out where he was. Very, very confused. Oh, he's defending lying down.
Brilliant. That may well make our play of the day.
Yeah.
Play.
Kamura making his way to the net.
Oh, what a time for the strings to break.
80.
What appeared to be a sitter. Yeah, I like that block.
Yeah. Takeshi.
Yeah, right in the middle of the racket.
Very important, the first game this year.
Play.
That's well taken.
Great coverage.
Yeah. Brilliantly played from Takeshi Kamura. And on a run of 3 straight points. Now 2 game point opportunities for the number 3 seeds from Japan. Oh, that's remarkable, isn't it? 4 straight points, having found themselves down at 17-18. That wonderful long rally. And 4 straight points since that to close out the opening game. 21-18 in 24 thrilling minutes.
さっきまだね、ちょっと先ラリーになってちょっと早い早いあなたの試合じゃないだからちょっと我慢するで後半あなたのタイミングでいいよね。ディフェンだったらちょっと一回休んであと一気で例えば攻撃になったらそしてカモラ前あまりいけない人間ドライブだから上げても簡単だからね開けてもチャンスだからそこはゆっくりそんな急がないで
Many years in Japan, Reone Meineke.
Og I kan godt holde dem herinde. Også selvom de kommer igennem 2 gange på den her side. I kan godt holde dem. Vi er ude og fiske lidt efter den der, når jeg har været oppe. Og så kommer igen. Når vi kører en side i vores nationale, så skal vi jo dække den side. Hvis vi kører på tværs af dem fra ulige side, så holder jeg sig en linje og får makkerne op og dække den lige. Ja, jeg skal stoppe med den der krydser fra min lange hæt nu. Den har de ved at se.
Men der er plads i de 2 korte hjørner ved nettet, fordi de vipper dem der op, så får vi initiativ. Men lige nu, altså alt der er herinde, det fanger de.
Ja, men når vi så kommer ind og siger, nu har vi den her kontra. Vi skal bare gribe den. Ligesom vores 4, så skal vi bare gribe den. For vi skal nok få løftet.
Men det er ofte, at vi også hakke til den. Vi kommer igennem.
Men lige præcis, I lykkes jo.
Ja.
Vi kommer ind, men det er variation. Vi skal ikke ind og hak. Vi skal lige ind og flytte dem. Og så er det altså bukserne. Hold kæft, de har været gode til at fange ham på bagbæren. Så skal vi bare lige skridt frem. Husk, når vi træder frem, så skal vi ikke komme og vinde den dæk. Vi skal bare lige frem og stresse ham i gang.
Det er med at spille den over i hans side.
Så vi har fat med. Ja, kom nu.
Jakoboy seemed to have an awful lot to say there to his men.
Yeah, they were talking a little bit about the flat game, that they were trying to avoid the crosses in the flat game and trying to avoid playing close to the body because they feel that Japanese players, they sort of catch and intercept everything. And I only partly agree on that. They had another point that they had to get Kamura, with the trousers as they call him, had to get him on the backcourt. I think that's absolutely vital that they get him away from the net because I don't see the 2 Japanese players as equally strong in the flat game. I see Kamura as clearly the strongest player, and when Sonoda is at the net, he's just there. He just fills a space.
Yeah.
He doesn't make a difference. It's Sonoda, it's Kamura who makes a difference, and that's what the Danes they need to exploit. That there's difference in the visionary part and the game reading part of the Japanese side.
Not only exploit, but probably try and neutralise as well. Neutralise Kamura at the front of the
exactly.
court.
And hopefully they switch them around so they get Sonoda on the front court and Kamura to work at the back, because the more you work at the back when you really want to be at the front, the more it affects your game when you actually get to the front. But I have a feeling that unless the Danes are really careful here, the Japanese pair, they have a good chance of running away with it in the second game by playing their fast-paced style. Yeah, and it takes a lot of discipline for the Danish pair, because here we saw they lifted or tried to lift to Sonoda, and then Sonoda and Kamura, they had the preferred position, and then it's going to be really difficult.
So it's over 1-4.
a little bit lucky for the Danes because they target Kamura all the time in the defense, and he's just playing a more creative defense than Sonoda.
Yes, and he's very willing after a defensive shot to move forward to the net.
He's the only one who moves forward. Sonoda, he doesn't move forward. He's designated to go backwards and work from the backcourt.
5-2.
And that's what I mean, that there's a big difference on these two Japanese players. Very, very big difference. But they can both play extremely fast.
Yeah.
Good. Very good work by the Japanese players, especially Kamura here, who sets it up so that he can get into the preferred position.
Yeah, it was a sort of half smash and move forward, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it seems like Kimananas or Skaarup and Rasmussen, sorry for calling him by the first name, but
that's all right.
It seems that they get a little bit too passive now. When Kamura is on the backcourt, they seem too content to just lift to him. But when they've lifted once, twice, that's when the opportunity is occurring, and that's not an opportunity to take the initiative. That's an opportunity to win the rally, and that's right there where they need to take it, because otherwise they will play too much on Japanese premises, so to speak.
Yeah. One just feels that the Japanese pair are beginning to stamp their authority. It's very, very desperate times for the Danes.
You can see it on the body language of the Danes. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So it's over 3-8.
Well, the Danes desperately need a little run of points right now.
So it's over 9-3.
We haven't seen the flick serve, and of course they're playing with the drift now, the Danes, and hadn't served that much. But I mean, when the chance is there, you've got to flick Kamura, you've got to take him away from that net.
4-9.
It's a great return of serve, isn't it? A little top spin on that backhand there from Astrup. Oh, behind the back. Didn't work.
5-9.
He dives and gets up all in one movement.
Yeah.
How do they do that? Use, I suppose, and agility and strength. Well, there was the flick serve, but Kamura very, very alert to it. Yeah, look at him fidgeting away, look at him. And that's before he serves.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary.
Next point, interval.
So it's a handsome lead, isn't it? 6 points and a game up. Maybe desperate times call for desperate measures from the Danes.
Skal kæmpe for løftet igen. Ja.
Du bliver bare nødt til at spille op mod det, fordi de står.
Enig. Men vi skal blive ved med at sætte vores serve, eller anden og fjerde bold sammen. Ikke bare gøre en, og så ikke have en idé, hvad vi vil med næste.
Det fungerer fint, bare holde alle mine serverture kort.
Bare ture lidt mere.
Well, fascinating that it's Yonex that's taken over command of the coaching here in this men's doubles, because I can tell you Jakob Hoy has gone down to one of the adjoining courts to look after Mads Conrad and Mads Colling. But I wonder what psychologically that does to a pair to see that your doubles coach, specialist doubles coach, has deserted you. Not necessarily deserted you, but, you know, does it have an effect, or
Yeah.
what do you think, Steen?
I think it has. I don't know. Sometimes you split the pairs up in a different way. It might have been that I didn't see who coached Mathias Bo and Carsten Mogensen, who lost yesterday. But you gotta expect that you have players playing at the same time, and that means that you have to share the coaching responsibility. We saw Jakob sitting here, but you could almost foresee that he would not be able to finish the match.
Yeah.
And then whether he leaves or he stays here and Kenneth Jonassen takes the other match, probably depending on... Oh, let's see here. I don't agree with that call. Probably depends on when the next men's singles is playing, because that's Kenneth Jonassen's main responsibility.
Yeah. Well taken again from Kamura. Oh my goodness, he's playing well, isn't he? Look at that timing. Fabulous.
So it's over. 7-14.
Sarah from Sonoda. Oh no, I beg your pardon, from Kamura. Yeah, I feel he's the one that's got to take the initiative. Astrup.
Yeah, Kim is the one who needs to take initiative, I agree, and he's got to move his racket a little bit earlier. There it was good enough, but he's been a little bit hesitant in this first part of the second game, in my opinion. That's why I felt that it was so important who won the first game, because they got a little bit of confidence.
Yeah.
I think maybe it would have meant more for the Danes. I think the Japanese pair would still have come out playing like this.
So it's over. 15.
There's the frustration from Kim Astrup.
Yeah.
Little yell after making that error.
I don't think they've had the cross smashes in their attacking game, the Danes. I'm not sure it will work, but I mean, there's a lot of other things that doesn't work either, so we might as well try it out. This is the Japanese game.
So it's over.
It's a lucky point for the Danes.
50. It's over 16-9.
Great smash by Sonoda. Extending the lead to 7 points.
Yeah, that was nice. They look tired. They look tired to me, mentally tired, perhaps after their outstanding victory last week.
Yeah, the body language is not good, but I think that's also thanks to the opposition. I think the Japanese, they come across as very, very hard to beat, and that's always good. If you're hard to beat, if you know as an opponent you have to work really, really hard. And I mean, even though there's been long rallies, it's not been the Danes that has won the long rallies, it's more been the Japanese, the way I see it. I haven't made a total count, but I think that they've at least won their fair share of the long rallies. So even working hard is perhaps not enough.
Yeah.
So I think they look a little bit bewildered and say, okay, how can we do this? We play also on the fast-paced side of the court, so it's difficult to defend precisely.
Yeah.
13-17.
There's more of a sort of urgency from the Danes in that last couple of rallies.
Thank you. Great.
Half the one-time 8-point deficit. Oh, well taken. Right, Yonex.
And that's what we said before, Kamura needs to step up on the front court, because he's the one who's sort of finishing off most of the rallies if the Danes create their own points. Anas is setting it up from the back court, and Kamura finishing it off.
Five straight points.
So 18-14.
This is where I feel the Danes should play the third shot soft around Sonoda instead of pushing it. He's not being tested. The Japanese with the moustache.
Quick racket work again. And just 2 points away. from a second All-England quarter-final for the Japanese pair.
I think it's a moustache, isn't it?
Good rally. Well worked by Kamura and Sonoda.
Match point 14.
And they've earned themselves 6 match point opportunities. You know, just when you thought the Danes were back into it at 14-17.
So it's over 15-20.
Finally, an angled shot cross court, having the desired effect. There's another. But second match point opportunity converted by the current world number 2s, Takeshi, Kamura and Keigo Sonoda. 21-18, 21-15 in a match just over 46 minutes.
Match won by Takeshi Kamura, Keigo Sonoda, 21-18, 21-15.
Well, Kamura just too active, too accurate and too good, quite simply, at the front of the court and really making the big difference. Yeah, his partner Keigo Sonoda, smile from him as they take leave of centre stage. Well, 2 years on from their last quarter-final appearance, tomorrow they will compete in the quarter-final once more.
Good luck.
So the number 3 seeds, Kamura and Sonoda, through to their second All-England quarter-final. They'll meet the qualifiers tomorrow, Liu Cheng and the Olympic champion, Zhang Nan. Well, our next match on court is our second women's singles, and it features the 2013 world champion Ratchanok Intanon. And then the last match, the home interest, Mr. and Mrs. Adcock, the Commonwealth Games gold medalists. Well, as far as the women's singles draw is concerned, we're now looking at the bottom half of the draw. Our first women's singles was the top half, and you can see this is the bottom quarter, and the winner of the match we're